Hi everyone, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the Olympus M.Zuiko ED 9 to 18mm micro four thirds lens, just in case you're thinking of treating yourself to one. You know you deserve it. So this is a refurbished product, so it's not quite a real unboxing. What we have in here is the lens itself. Beautiful small lens. We have a warranty card and a small instruction booklet. So this lens is a very well designed, very compact lens. I'm going to use it in my Panasonic GF5, which is a mirrorless micro four thirds camera. You can see that this camera has the Panasonic X zoom lens, which is a very compact lens. And when you compare this lens to the Olympus is actually smaller in diameter and it's about twice as long, which is remarkable for a very wide angle lens. So let's go ahead and put it on the camera. You can see this is a very compact package. So what we have here, we got an unlock button. I don't know if you can see that. And then this is the zoom control. And over here is a stepless focus control. So to open the lens and get it ready for viewing, we need to turn the zoom control. So if I take off the cap and turn on the camera, you'll see that it gives an error message. So it wants me to first extend the lens before I can use it. And to do that, I just simply turn the zoom control. Now the interesting thing is I thought it'll need to be unlocked before extending it, but you don't. It doesn't need to do that. So I just turn the zoom control and there it is ready for use. Now if I wanted to retract it, then I have to unlock the lens. It is locked in position. To retract it, I need to push the unlock and then turn it back, so it's now ready for storage. So that's the 9mm length, which is equivalent to 18 in full frame size, and it zooms to 18mm, which is equivalent to 36mm in full frame size. It's an f4 to 5.6 maximum aperture, f4 at the wide end and 5.6 at the long end. It's a very well-built lens. When I was looking at the pictures, I thought it would be a little fragile, but it's very solid. There's a little bit of play on this extended this extension, but it's very very slight and it feels very sturdy. So I have I do not feel that it's a very fragile lens to use. It feels very solid to use. And I'll definitely recommend it. So the front element, the good thing about it is it doesn't rotate when you zoom out and zoom in, and neither does it rotate when you focus it. And it uses a 52mm diameter filters. So if you've got filters, you can attach them, polarizing filters or any other filters you might want to put on it. And that's a really good advantage in a wide angle zoom lens. So one thing I noticed is if you want to use this for filming, as soon as you record, you notice that it crops the picture. And I think the reason is to do with the camera body rather than the lens. So if you're using a Panasonic body, at least this Panasonic body with this lens, you'll not get the full wide angle when you start filming. So just something to keep note. You might want to research it more. I'm not really a filmer, so that didn't disturb me too much. Another thing that I noticed is when using the inbuilt flash, you'll notice how the flash gets cropped in the wide angle view. So you really don't want to, you'll not get full flash coverage with this inbuilt lens. So you really don't want to use it with this wide angle lens. So one thing you might be thinking about is buying the Panasonic 7 to 14mm lens, which is this lens's rival. If you'd asked me I've had the good fortune of renting that out for a week. I'd say get this lens. The Panasonic has a 2mm wider angle at the wide end, but these lenses are so wide already that I doubt you really miss that unless you really want to go for super wide, and it really is not that much of an advantage in my opinion. Now the good thing about this is if you want to walk around lens, the long end, the 36mm equivalent long end, is a lot more useful than the 28mm equivalent of the Panasonic. So if you just wanted one lens to go, for example, if you're touring a city and taking the sights around, this is a preferable lens. Another advantage of this lens is very obvious, the size. The size of this lens compared to the Panasonic is significantly smaller. The Panasonic is longer than this lens extended. It's very bulky. It's got an inbuilt lens hood. The weight is a lot heavier than this. It's a very well built lens, but it's very cumbersome. It doesn't have a filter thread at the end, so you cannot attach filters onto the Panasonic. And the front elements of the Panasonic is curved and looks very vulnerable. So unless you really need that extra 2mm at the wide end, I'd say go with this one. Definitely this is the more preferable lens to that. The image quality is very good. It's good enough for me. If you want more information on that, it's definitely worth going online and reading the analysis and the very comprehensive reviews. So that is it. And one more thing, you can buy a lens hood for this lens. I'm not as good a photographer to notice the difference that it makes, but then for those of you who are really serious about photography, this is a useful attachment. So it doesn't come with the lens itself, you have to buy it extra. So that is the quick review of the Olympus M.Zuiko ED 9-18mm lens. There's one more thing I ought to mention, is that Olympus makes a second M.Zuiko, the plain M.Zuiko, for use with its DSLR cameras. Apparently that lens is not very compatible with these mirrorless cameras, so if you are using a mirrorless camera, you want the ED version, not the plain Zuiko one. So if this video has been useful to you, please give me a like and thanks for watching.